Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Muhammad, and we will be doing chapter 1, lesson 2, data classification. So, section 1.2 objectives, how to distinguish between qualitative data and quantitative data, how to classify data with respect to the 4 levels of measurement, nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. Types of data. Qualitative data consists of attributes, labels, or non-numerical entries. For example, place of birth, eye color, your name, could be Muhammad. And then types of data. Quantitative data, numerical measurements or counts, such as your age, your weight, or the temperature. And then an example to classify the type of data. The table shows sports-related head injuries treated in U.S. emergency rooms during a recent 5-year span for several sports. Which data are qualitative and data and which are quantitative data. So to figure it out, qualitative is the types of sports, which are non-numerical entries, which would be all the sports here. And then the head injuries treated, all of these are numerical values, making it quantitative data. And then the levels of measurements. So there's nominal level of measurement, which is qualitative data only, categorized using names, labels, qualities, and there's no mathematical computations that can be made. At an ordinal level of measurement, qualitative or quantitative data can be arranged in order or ranked. Differences between data entries is not meaningful. An example would be for each data set, determine whether the data are at the nominal level or at the ordinal level. Explain your reasoning. And the solution to that, for the top 5 U.S. occupations with the most job growth, number 1, personal care ideas, aides, registered nurses, home health aides, combined food preparation and serving workers, including fast food, and retail salespersons. This would be considered ordinal levels because it lists the ranks of 5 of the largest jobs, gross occupations, and the data can be ordered, and the difference between ranks doesn't have any meaning. And then the nominal level, which says movie genres, action, adventure, comedy, drama, and horror, it lists a movie of genres. No mathematical computations can be made and cannot be ranked. And then another level of measurement is interval level of measurement, which can only be quantitative data. The data can be ordered. Differences between data entries is meaningful. 0 represents a position on a scale, not like a regular 0, which just means none. And then another type of level of measurement is ratio level of measurement, and it's similar to the interval level. 0 entry means nothing, and then a ratio of 2 data values can be formed. One data value can be expressed as a multiple of another. And an example would be 2 data sets are shown, which data set consists of data at the interval level, which data set consists of data at the ratio level. And then the solution would be, for example, the New York Yankees World Series victories, listing years from 1923 to 2009. It's an interval level because it's quantitative data, and you can find a difference between two dates, but a ratio does not make sense. And then over here, 2016 American League home runs totals by team. And then we got all the teams, Baltimore, Boston, Chicago, and then all their home runs totals, 253, 208, 168. And then this is the ratio level, where you can find differences and rate ratios. And a summary of 4 levels of measurement, just to sum it down. For all of them, nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio, they all can be put in data in categories. And then all of them except nominal can be arranged in order. And then except for nominal and ordinal, you can subtract the data values. And then except only ratio can determine if one data value is a multiple of another. And then over here is another summary, and it gives an example. So over here will be nominal, an example of a data set. So types of shows televised by a network. Comedy, drama, reality shows, sports, documentaries, cooking, soap operas, talk shows. And then meaningful calculations, like something you can take out of this. For instance, a show televised by the network could be put into one of the 8 categories shown. And then for the ordinal level, and then it's showing the ratings for motion pictures. So for G, it will be general audiences, PG, parental guidance adjusted, PG-13, parents strongly cautioned, R restricted, and NC-17, no, and 17 and under admitted. And then you can put it in a category and put it in order. For instance, a PG rating has a stronger restriction than a G rating. And then the last two are interval and ratio. An example of interval would be the average monthly temperatures for Denver, Colorado. It shows all the months January through June, January through December, showing all the temperatures found in the month. And then put it in a category and then put it in order and find differences between data entries. For instance, and then they did 72.5, which was August, minus 63.4. Which was September, which equals to 9.1. So August, and then you can conclude that August is 9.1 Fahrenheit warmer than September. And then for ratio level, it lists all of the temperatures in Orlando, Florida. And then you can put it in a category and put it in order, find differences between data entries, and find ratios of data entries. So for example, 7.58, which was June, divided by 3.77, which was March, which would be equal around 2. And then so there's about twice as much precipitation in June as in March. And this concludes this lesson. So a quick summary of this lesson. We learned the types of data, which was qualitative and quantitative data. Qualitative means consisting of attributes, non-numerical numbers. And then quantitative data would be numerical measurements or counts, such as your age, grade numbers, weight, temperature, etc. And then we got a few examples, and then we learned the four levels of measurement: nominal level, ordinal level, and interval level, and ratio level. Jazakallah khairan. This concludes lesson 1-2.